So recently I went on a camping trip up in Wyoming in the mountains with a couple of friends of mine. For those of you that watch the podcast or know me personally, you know I love going into the mountains. I go camping all the time. I take my Jeep up, do some tent camping. I also take my ATVs and ride around on a bunch of forest trails and so forth. So love doing it. I have just about everything you could possibly need to do some what I call wilderness camping or dispersed camping, as they call it. Dry camping. There's a bunch of different terms. Basically, go to the national forest or BLM land and camp. Not in paid campsites, not around people, way back in the forest, in the wilderness, etc. Anyway, went on a recent trip to Wyoming with a couple of friends of mine that aren't used to doing that. I finally talked them into going. Figured they'd enjoy the experience. We got up there having lots of fun. We ran into a few problems. First of all, it rained on us. Secondly, we had a flat on one of the ATVs. We ran into several other situations that we had to deal with. And I remember one of my buddies, he's looking at my Jeep, as I'm digging stuff out of my Jeep. And he's like, damn, man. He's like, you're prepared for everything. You just have everything. I have this utility belt that I wear when I'm hiking up in the mountains by myself. It has a personal locator beacon on it, like a hunting knife for protection, etc. I even, after going up into the mountains of Colorado and Wyoming by myself for many years now, I purchased a satellite phone, which I put minutes on. For those of you that know, you can use a sat phone in the middle of nowhere and still reach somebody in an emergency situation. And they're not really made for clear conversations or long conversations, but you can reach the authorities, or I can reach my wife if there's a major emergency. Anyway, they're just, while we're up there, they're like, holy shit, bro, you you got everything you possibly need, emergency food. I mean, you name it. It's true, right? I've been doing it long enough, and so many different things have happened to me over the years that I've collected all these tools and supplies and things that I've needed or might need. And it's been years of progress to gather all that, right? To go through experiences and learn what I might need. It didn't happen overnight. I've gathered this stuff, for years, and I've learned what works, what doesn't work, good brands to use, etc. What does all this have to do with the Riderflex podcast, and how am I tying this together? I was happy to share it, right? I wanted to share it. I was enthused about sharing my experiences and what I learned. And I'd pull something out of my Jeep and I'd be like, look at this. This thing does this or that or whatever, right? Super proud of all the stuff I have. Also I would share with them where to go. Super secret back roads that nobody knows about, trails that nobody's been on for years that I know about because I have the right maps for it. My buddy Scott, he's like, he's like, nobody's been on these roads for years, and things like that. And so I was happy to share that, right? I was excited to share that. I think entrepreneurs in general and business owners, anybody that's tried to start a business or that has ran a business, whether the business failed or whether the business ended up being successful, anybody that's done that, they're always happy to share. And that's my comparison here, right? I think entrepreneurship is very much like that. I think owning a business is like that. Business owners and entrepreneurs and founders, even CEOs and executives that haven't necessarily been entrepreneurs, they're always happy to share anytime. And I'm amazed at how aspiring entrepreneurs or people that want to start a business, they just don't ask enough questions. Don't be too proud to, ask a question about things you don't know. You'll be amazed. Entrepreneurs that have been through the experience, right? They have plenty of scars on their backs from things that have happened. They are more than willing to share with you what they have learned and give you advice. Share with you, the fact that you might need a personal locator beacon if you go on a hiking trail in the wilderness or whatever, right? Like they will share it with you. And that's the point of this episode is if you're going to be an entrepreneur, start a business, buy a business, or even if you're entering into the C-level executive position for the first time and you're looking for advice on something, plenty of people around that'll give that to you. Dive into your network, look on LinkedIn. Hell, call me if you want to. But ask lots of questions. Open your ears. People are happy and energized to give you advice on all the things that they've learned. And that's what's so wonderful about the entrepreneurial executive community is everybody's happy to share, right? Everybody's happy to share. Everybody's happy to help just about every time. And there is your Riderflex tip of the day.